Full-time Devils, we're outside the John Smith Stadium, just seen Manchester United draw to Huddersfield. Just to set up what the situation was before this game, I'm sure you're already aware, but United still had a chance of top four today. They needed results elsewhere to go their way, but there was still a chance. Huddersfield were already relegated. They were relegated weeks ago. They had nothing to play for. So surely you're thinking, forget recent form, a team that's in the position United are in should be beating a team that's in the position Huddersfield are in. And if they don't, you think there must be some bad luck involved. What you don't expect to see is a lack of intent and quality. And that's what we saw once again from United here today. Some of the biggest earners in our team there were some of the most disappointing players. I think we've seen Alexis Sanchez play his last game for Manchester United. I'd say apart from Angel Di Maria, I can't think of a worse signing for Manchester United. I know that's pretty damning, but I can't think of a worse signing for Manchester United. He's looked abysmal since he's been here, way behind the pace, not just on fitness, but on quality as well. And yeah, he's a player who's played his last game, I think, there for Manchester United. A lot of people who I've spoke to out here have been quick to point out Paul Pogba. And people like me often say that Paul Pogba gets a lot of unnecessary stick, which I do still believe. But there's a reason sometimes he gets the stick. And it's because he's brilliant when he wants to be. And at the minute, it really doesn't seem like he wants to be. If you watch him purely on the pitch, and this is me talking about Paul Pogba, based purely on his on-pitch performances, the guy doesn't look with it. The guy doesn't look like he's bothered. He does that fake little jog thing to make it look like he's running, and he's not running, he's walking. I can walk faster than the way he sprints sometimes. What can you say? It's just abysmal at the minute, and it's going to take a lot longer than one window for us to work this out, which is even more frustrating, because if we start next season in the same run of form, I almost don't want to blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because I just don't believe this team is good enough. A lot of people have pointed out Marcus Rashford today and said that he's shooting from anywhere and his performances haven't been up to scratch recently. Yeah, I totally agree, but at the same time, we shouldn't be relying on a 21-year-old striker. I don't think we should be. And I think that you should expect your 21-year-old striker to be erratic in his performances, for them to be a little bit here and there, to have a great game and then to have a poor game. That's what happens with young players. We've given loads of young players loads of time at this club in the past, and they've come good. And I firmly believe that would happen with Marcus Rashford if we managed him correctly. At the minute, relying on him, that's not managing him correctly. And we shouldn't be relying on him either. We should be relying on the more experienced Romelu Lukaku. But we've seen how he's played this season, and at times he doesn't even look like a proper football player. Honestly, I've asked people today, the big question I've asked them is it a lack of intent? Is it a lack of quality? The truth is it's both. Those players aren't top four players. They're not. They're not even top four players. And I don't think United should be a club that strives for fourth place. I think United should be a club every single year that strives for first place. Every single year. We're nowhere near that level. Absolutely nowhere near. I think it's going to take more than one summer to sort it out. Loads of people today on the Fancams have said you're probably going to need to get rid of about 10, 12 players, which sounds ridiculous, but I think it's totally right. And I think that we've gone, what is it? Is it 6 seasons, 7 seasons now without a title? That's abysmal for a club of United's size, for the richest football club in the world, for a club that brings in more commercial revenue than any other football club at a time where football is a business. We're the best ones at it, and we've gone 7 years without a title. What does that tell you? It tells you the owners don't give a shit. It tells you the boardroom don't give a shit. Too many people at this club, involved at the club, really high up, who don't have a clue about football. Ed Woodward, the Glazers, they're not going to invest in this team, and they got away with it for so long under Sir Alex Ferguson, not investing in this team, that maybe that's why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was brought in here, so they could bring in a yes man, so they didn't have to spend money this summer. Maybe that's why Rio Ferdinand's being touted as director of football, to get a yes man in, someone who's not going to challenge the Glazers. Look, nothing's going to change, I don't think, unless we really start setting up a plan for what we want as a football club in the future and how we're going to get there. Because that's what City did. And that's what Liverpool did as well when Klopp came in there. We've laughed at Liverpool, and we might still laugh at Liverpool at the end of this season for not winning anything. If Liverpool might not win anything this season, and then we'll say, oh yeah, well we've won so many more titles than you have in the last few years, and we'll act like that makes us a superior club. It doesn't. Look where they're at the minute. Look at the football them fans get to watch week in, week out compared to ours. It's crap. It's crap. We're nowhere near the level we're at. I don't know what it's going to take to fix us, but I know it's going to take a long time. And I can say this now. I'll probably be really excited for next season at the end of the summer. But at the minute, I say next season we're going to be challenging for top 4. There's no way we are challenging for the title next year. No way. We could bring in 3 of the best players in the world. It still wouldn't be right. There's so many gaps in our team that have been left through a lack of investment in certain areas and this obsession with buying marquee signings who don't actually improve the squad. We need fullbacks, we need defenders, we need midfielders, might even need a striker. Look, like I say, it's going to take more than one summer. See how we go. But yeah, 1-1 here today. Positive to end on. Man of the match, McTominay. Gave his heart, gave his all today. Good to see a young player playing well. But that's it. That's all I can say. Get your comments in below if you agree with me. If you disagree with me, I want to hear it. Get it in the comments. Tell us about it. Subscribe if you've not already. And loads of fan cams on the way.